Hello my friends, welcome back to this channel. And if you're new here, you're in exactly the right place, because today, we're talking about something that almost every young person struggles with at some point. It's something that keeps millions of people trapped in stress and sleepless nights. Something that silently steals your paycheck every single month. Debt. And not just one type of debt, but all kinds of debt. Car loans, personal loans, credit cards, student loans, buy now, pay later traps, and sometimes even borrowed money from friends or family. And if you've ever felt like you're stuck running on a treadmill where you work so hard, but never actually move forward, then you know exactly what I'm talking about. Because debt is like a heavy chain wrapped around your legs. Every step you take forward, it pulls you back. But the truth is, debt is not permanent. You don't have to accept it as your destiny. You don't have to spend the next 20 or 30 years living paycheck to paycheck just to send money to banks, lenders, or credit card companies. You have the power to flip the script, to design a real plan, a youthful, energetic, motivating plan that will let you destroy your debt completely and start living with freedom. So let's break it down in a way that's long, deep, and practical. Starting with the first and most important step. Stop the bleeding, which means no more new debt, because here's the mistake most people make. They try to pay down their loans while still swiping their credit card or still taking on new installments. It's like trying to drain a sinking boat without plugging the hole. You'll never get anywhere. So starting today, make a vow to yourself. No new credit cards, no new car loans, no new gadgets on installment plans. If you can't pay cash, you don't buy it, period. And that single decision already changes the trajectory of your future. Once you stop the bleeding, the next step is the confrontation. And yes, it can be scary, but it's also the moment that sets you free. You sit down with a notebook or an Excel sheet and you list every single debt. You have no hiding, no sugarcoating, no ignoring the little ones. Write them all. Who you owe, the total balance, the interest rate, and the minimum monthly payment. And once you do this, you're going to feel a wave of reality hit you, because for many people, the number is bigger than they thought. Maybe it's $5,000, maybe $20,000, maybe $100,000. But the truth is, you can't fight an enemy you don't see, so putting it on paper is the first step to control. Now here comes the strategy part. There are two powerful methods you can choose from. The first one is called the Snowball Method, where you attack your smallest debt first, regardless of interest rate. You throw every extra dollar at it until it's gone. Then you roll the amount you were paying into the next smallest debt, and each time you clear one, you build momentum and motivation. Like a snowball rolling down a hill, growing larger and faster, and this method is amazing if you need quick wins and psychological fuel. The second method is called the Avalanche Method, where you attack the debt with the highest interest rate first, because that's the one draining your money the fastest. Once you eliminate it, you free yourself from the worst financial leak and then move down the list in order of interest. And this method is mathematically the fastest and cheapest, but it doesn't always give quick emotional wins. The choice is yours. If you're the type who needs motivation and momentum, go with Snowball. If you're disciplined with numbers and want the cheapest path long-term, go with Avalanche. Either way, the key is commitment. Once you choose, you stick with it until the very end. Now let's talk about execution, because this is where most people fail. You have to treat your debt payment like the most important bill of your life. More important than Netflix. More important than dining out. Even more important than upgrading your phone. You set aside a fixed amount every single month that goes directly to your debt. No excuses, and any extra income you get, whether it's from a side hustle, overtime, a tax refund, or even a birthday gift, it goes straight to debt. And here's the secret to accelerating the journey. You can't just cut expenses, you also have to increase your income. Because if you only cut back, you can free up maybe a few $100s a month. But if you combine cutting expenses with building extra income streams, you can free up thousands. So first look at your spending. Be brutally honest. Are you spending $5 a day on coffee? That's $150 a month, $1,800 a year. What if you cut it in half or brew at home? Do you have subscriptions you never use? Gym, streaming apps, cancel them. Redirect the money. Are you constantly eating out instead of cooking? That's another few hundred saved. Remember, every dollar matters, because every dollar is one step closer to freedom. Now once you've cleaned up your expenses, turn to your income. Because we live in 2025 and opportunities are everywhere. You can drive Uber or DoorDash in your spare time. You can freelance online as a designer, writer, translator, coder. You can sell products on Amazon, eBay, or Shopify. You can flip things from Facebook Marketplace. You can even start creating content that one day turns into income. The point is, the internet has opened 1,000 doors that didn't exist before. And even an extra $200 or $500 a month makes a huge difference when applied directly to debt. Let me give you a real lifestyle example. Imagine Tom, 26 years old, with 3 debts: a $3,000 credit card at 22% interest, a $12,000 car loan at 7%, and a $15,000 personal loan at 6%. He's drowning with $30,000 total and feels hopeless. But then he writes it down and chooses the Avalanche Method. He targets the credit card first because it's killing him with interest. He cuts her expenses by $300 a month by canceling unused subscriptions, limiting restaurants, and selling old clothes online. Then he picks up a weekend side hustle, earning $500 a month. Now, instead of just paying the minimums, he's throwing an extra $800 every month at the credit card. In less than 5 months, it's gone. He rolls that payment into the car loan, and within 18 months, it's paid. Then he snowballs into the personal loan, and by the time he's 29, he's debt-free. Imagine how different his 30s will look compared to his friends, who are still chained to monthly payments. This is the power of the plan. And it's not magic, it's discipline, plus time, and you can do the exact same thing. Now here's another truth. On the way, you're going to feel tempted. You'll see ads for vacations, new iPhones, shiny cars, and your brain will whisper, just finance it. You deserve it. But remember, every time you say yes to new debt, you're saying no to your future freedom. So you have to learn to delay gratification. Remind yourself this is not forever. This is a season of sacrifice so that the rest of your life can be lived free. And to keep yourself motivated, reward yourself with small non-debt treats whenever you crush a milestone. Finish paying off a credit card. Treat yourself to a nice dinner. Clear your car loan. Take a weekend trip paid in cash. These mini celebrations fuel the marathon without sabotaging it. And here's the vision you need to hold in your mind. Every single day, the day you make that final payment, the day you log into your account and see balance, $0. The day you realize your paycheck is 100% yours and not divided between banks and lenders, that day will feel like the biggest weight lifted off your chest. And from that day forward, you can finally start building wealth instead of repairing the past. You can put money into investments, index funds, ETFs, real estate, or even just savings. You can buy assets instead of liabilities. You can fund your dreams instead of banks' profits. And most importantly, you can sleep at night knowing you own your life, not your lenders. And I want to leave you with this powerful reminder. Destroying debt is not just a financial plan, it's a lifestyle transformation. It changes how you view money, how you view consumption, how you view freedom. It gives you discipline, strength, and clarity that will serve you for decades. So don't wait for the perfect time, the perfect raise, the perfect break, because they may never come. The perfect time is today. The perfect resource is your determination. The perfect strategy is consistency. So start now. Write down your debts. Choose your method. Cut your spending. Grow your income. Attack one balance at a time, and never stop until you're free. Because the future version of you will look back and thank you for every sacrifice you made, every temptation you resisted, every dollar you threw at debt instead of wasting. And one day you'll tell your story to others, inspiring them the same way you're being inspired now. So if you've made it this far in the video, I want you to take action right away. Share in the comments what your biggest debt is and how you plan to attack it. And remember to hit that like button. Subscribe for more real financial freedom strategies. And always be smart with your money, because smart money choices today are the foundation of the free, abundant, and powerful life you deserve tomorrow. So stay focused, stay disciplined, and let's destroy those debts together.